In this video, we're going to talk about some of the details on the protocol that's done when starting an All Skills Academy. So in this video, we're going to talk about the series of events that begin when you open up the facility to then leading up to the actual start of camp. We're going to break it down to two parts. The first part, we're going to talk about the protocol that needs to be followed when opening up the facility and taking attendance. And then the second part, we're going to talk about when the academy actually starts and how we communicate the expectations to the campers. The protocols that we follow is a reflection of the professionalism that we like to display as coaches. When I use the word professionalism, I mean specifically professionalism that's appropriate for running an academy for kids ages 7 to 12 years old. This is a level that reflects our organization and the structure that we offer as an academy as a whole. So to start the first part, we want to start by showing you a few images. In case you haven't ever been to our facility before, we have two facilities. The first three images that we showed you were taken at our Shrewsbury location. The last two were taken at our West Boylston location. The three images in Shrewsbury reflect the walk-in area, the check-in area, and then the drop-off area, which is the locker room. As mentioned in the previous video, our directors need to get there early. They need to be the first ones there to open up the facility, turn on the lights, and welcome our guests. Because we like to maintain a 10-to-1 player-to-coach ratio, we have more than one coach that works every single day at an All Skills Academy. So the senior director, as mentioned in the previous videos, is responsible for actually taking the attendance. That means the other coach needs to be in the greeting area, welcoming the guests and directing them over to the check-in area. If there is another coach, they should be maintaining proximity in the locker room area. This reflects how we're organized and creates a positive impression for those that are walking into the facility, some doing so for the first time. And as already mentioned, it's also important to maintain proximity and behavior, because this is a great opportunity where very excited kids may possibly be doing something that they don't possibly know. And that could be demonstrating behavior that is not acceptable. Luckily, when we as coaches follow these protocols, we get to mitigate those instances of misbehavior, and it gives us an opportunity to communicate those expectations once we actually start camp. Which leads to the second part that we're going to talk about. But before we do that, I would be remiss if I didn't mention just one more detail of something that's expected amongst EVO coaches, and that's looking the part. When you're working in All Skills Academy, you should be wearing Evolution baseball gear. If you do not have any by any chance, please reach out to the front office and they will get you what you need. The same examples that were laid out when hosting an All Skills Academy at our Shrewsbury location, the same thing reflects at our West Boylston location. Only there's the main walk-in area where someone could be there to greet guests and take attendance, while there is another coach maintaining proximity in the drop-off area, which we like to use the batting cages as that purpose. In another video, we're going to talk about Part 2, the event where we actually start the camp, we introduce the academy to the campers, and we communicate expectations to them.